gonna fix, you're a little too cool compared to the PTZ. Oops. Sucks this. Can you focus? I probably bumped it, but can you focus it for me? Beautiful, thank you. This sun is so bright.
I know. Is there a way you could maybe like just tilt this up to block it a tiny bit, just the screen?
Yeah.
Block the sun.
Gosh, I hate this focusing.
I know.
The camera should autofocus.
She's right. It's very finicky.
Yes. These cameras are great, but gosh dang.
I know.
And then the sun's not helping. Okay, that looks good. So this loosens it.
Okay.
I think this was left. Sorry, Allie, I don't know if you're on me, but... Oh, that was the sky. I'm like, why is that so bright? Alright, it's loose. Move it where you want it, and then just turn it so it tightens.
Good enough, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you, I'll see it.
Okay.
No. Cool.
Okay. And I just thought, do I need more batteries in this?
How many you got?
I have no idea. I didn't see if there were any even.
If that's mainly full.
Do you think it should last pretty much?
Oh yeah, if not, somebody will run out. Oh, you got plenty.
Okay.
These will last about 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. And then isn't it, just to change it, isn't it just unplug these two pretty much?
Yep, these two, yep. And then the little switch down, or button down, you push it in and the slide right out.
And then just...
Put it back, you just slide this in and it'll click and click those bad boys
Okay,
in.
and then isn't it that one that'll turn the screen on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you gotta turn the camera, the camera will be on.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Perfect.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
if you have any questions, just radio us.
Yep.
Check, check. Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Test, test 1, 2. Test, test. Testing, testing. Test, test, test. Now try it.
Testing 1 2.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Testing 1 2.
Testing 1 2.
This one might need to be turned up a little bit.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2.
Testing 1 2. Test test.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Can you guys hear us okay over there?
Which button?
Testing 1 2. Sounds good?
Sounds good from here.
All right.
Sorry, it was kind of glitching out there a little bit. It was kind of hard to hear you. Yeah. Is that better?
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check.
Yep, got it.
Test 1 2. Check. Check 1 2. Test 1 2. Check 1 2. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Gallatin County Fairgrounds for session number 1 of the Hansel Sullivan Memorial Truck and Tractor Pull here in Glencoe, Kentucky. Brought to you by TNT. We're happy you decided to enjoy an evening of pulling with us. We hope you'll be back tomorrow night for a 6 o'clock start time. 4 classes on the docket tomorrow. 3 of them tonight. We'll have, of course, the 2-wheel drive trucks and 3.0 diesels and light limited super stock tractors as well. Again, concession stands are on the grounds. If you're interested in getting yourself something to eat or drink here this evening before we go pulling, a wide variety here, from hamburgers to bologna sandwiches, country ham over there, pulled pork, a full array of whatever you'd like for dinner here tonight. Make sure you get on over there and get yourself something to eat or drink before we get started here for session number 1 of the Hansel Sullivan Memorial here in beautiful Glencoe, Kentucky. Thanks for being.
Yeah, rest it on your chin. Rest it on your chin and you should be good. Hey, how's everybody doing? Woo! Check, check, test 1, 2, check, check 1, 2.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 26th annual Hansel Sullivan Memorial Poll. My name is Dan Mayer. I'll be one of your announcers for this evening's competition, joined by my good friend Jeremy Krieger. And Jeremy, good to have you back here at Glencoe, Kentucky.
Thanks, Dano. It's good to be back. It's been a few years for me, but I go way back with this poll from Burlington to Williamstown and here. So a good evening here at the beautiful Gallatin County Fairgrounds. We're going to have a lot of fun. 36 two-wheelers on the property. And I think we got 12 light super stocks or light limited super stocks to go to get us started here tonight. Got some exhibition passes. Lots of fun things to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely, and great weather here for the first time in a couple of years. Mother Nature has shined a nice weekend on us here at the Hansel Sullivan Memorial Poll. So great to have everybody on hand here tonight, and we'll get rolling here in just a couple minutes here with our light limited super stocks.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we'll just hand it to me. But we show the startups and kind of the drive.
So fans, it'll just be a couple minutes here. We'll get tonight's action underway here with our light limited super stocks. Of course, some great sponsors that making this event possible. Of course, we'd like to thank the folks from the Dam Auction right across the river in Florence, Indiana. Also like to thank Perfect North Slopes, Shrinkle Farms, as well as Gallatin County Tourism, Big Rig, One Stop Shop, Truck and Trailer Supply, and MLC and HBM Company. We thank them for helping out.
So it's up levels. It's really
Nucor,
nice.
Gallatin, Lake Tax Service, Dennis and Kelly Boaz, Pleasant Valley
this here?
Outdoor Power, Smugglers Cove, Sterling Materials, German American Bank, A-Tech Builders, Dry Ridge Detailing and Window Tint, Brad Penn, the Green Oil, offered by Feist Motorsports, Street Art Customs, First National Bank of Kentucky, Gallatin County Farm Bureau, Keith Moore, Kubota Tractor of the Tri-State, KOI Warsaw, Sugar Bay Golf Course, Deaton's Market, Hog Wild, Pig Crazy Barbecue, Northern Kentucky Equipment, and Sullivan Roofing and Gutters. We could not do it without our fine sponsors, bringing you this performance of the 26th annual Hansel Sullivan Memorial. And Dano, don't forget, Big Ed Challenge coming up this weekend as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and a great event there, and of course to honor the great Ed Sullivan, the guy that started, super modified two-wheel drive pulling. Of course, this is the home of super modified two-wheel drive pulling, and it's across the river. Vevey, Indiana was the first ever two-wheel drive pull, and just a great tradition here at the Hansel Sullivan Memorial Pull is to have that Big Ed Challenge, and of course we're going to do that. We will, crown that after both nights of action, so it's a cumulative deal. Whoever has the best overall finishes here from both of their events will be the champion here for the Big Ed Challenge.
Kind of show people. So again, just kind of trying to show some of the stuff behind the scenes. Okay.
Well, fans, at this time, we'd ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you fans out there ready to go pulling here tonight. Let's hear from you. All right, beautiful weather here tonight. We thank you for joining us here tonight. Once again, tonight's action is sanctioned by the TNT Truck and Tractor Pulling Circuit.
All right, fans, to get us started, up number one here tonight, Brent Schubert, coming to us out of Seaman, Ohio. That John Deere known as the Plantin' Tractor. He'll be up number one. On deck will be Brandon Phillips, coming to us out of Vine Grove, Kentucky, with Little Insane. And on hold out of Crittenden, Kentucky, will be the Walkin' Tall Alcohol Edition, Mr. Austin Folks. So light limited supers. Very popular in this neck of the woods.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, 650-pound light limited super stocks ready to go at it here. We'll see, of course, a mix of diesel-powered tractors, alcohol-powered tractors here tonight. Battling it out here now. 30.5 rear tires on these tractors, and boy, they are cranking them.
Absolutely, and different cubic inch displacement combinations based on the alcohol side or the diesel side. You can run different turbocharger combinations. These guys can keep track of it better than I can. But different types of, you got smoke versus non-smoke. So it's a really, really good fun class here to get us started here at the Hansel Sullivan Memorial. 26th annual. Puller number one here tonight, Brent Schubert and the Plantin' Tractor. We have any John Deere fans on the property here tonight? Here's one to watch, fans. Our test puller, Mr. Brent Schubert.
Oh, yeah. That's what we like to see out there. Where's our John Deere fans now? Good run. Get us started here. The tractor out of Seaman, Ohio. The Plantin' Tractor, he calls it. Now option time right now. He will have the option whether or not he take or turn down this run. Now, we give him that option simply because he hasn't seen anybody else go down the track here, so the track officials will check here with him.
So it looks like that pass was 303.60, 303 feet, 0.60, 303.60 for the Plantin' Tractor, Brent Schubert. So it looks like we're going to talk things over. I'd like to thank our friends from the Southern Express Pulling Team in Tompkinsville, Kentucky, for bringing their weight transfer machine to be with us this weekend. Bo Simpson and his crew do a fine job. We're happy to have him with us here at the Hansel Sullivan Memorial. So one distance so far, 303.60, and we will wait for tech services to let us know where we're going.
All right, so they're going to discuss things down there trackside as we've got the Little Insane up next here out of Vine Grove. Phillips going to be doing the driving of that machine. So once again, excellent field of the light limited supers to battle it out here tonight. Get us started here. The Friday night session here, the Hansel Sullivan Memorial. All right, so with that, we'll bring out Brandon Phillips with the Little Insane tractor out of Vine Grove, Kentucky. Just southwest of the Louisville area, of course. Brandon runs out on the Grand National Circuit with the big light super. And from time to time, we've seen him behind the wheel of this Little Insane good running tractor right here. Right now, the John Deere leads the way, 303.60. The mark to beat here, 303.60. All right, so we'll get the slack out of the chain, and Brandon get ready to go to work here tonight. Alcohol-powered International. Here he comes. right, really turning the tires out there, fans. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Brandon Phillips and the Little Insane tractor out of Vine Grove, Kentucky, as we'll get the distance in here for him at 296.55. 296.55. Of course, track crew working on this track all afternoon long. Jim Miller and his crew down there working at it. Of course, Jim comes down from the state of Ohio. So 296.55 will be down here in the record books for Brandon Phillips. All right, so we should have Austin Falks up next here. Crittenden, Kentucky, with his Walkin' Tall Elkie. Now, there's a team for many, many years out on the national circuit, ran the big light super, and now they've kind of settled in here to this light limited class here, second generation. As we're bringing Austin right to the track right now with the Walkin' Tall Elkie edition.
Longtime fans of the Blue Oval, the Ford New Holland machines with the flames on the front, go way, way back. The Crittenden, Kentucky-based Walkin' Tall machine. Good to see them out here tonight. Our mark to beat still 303.60. 303 and 60.
Yeah, one great thing about this light limited class, Jeremy, is all the color you see. You know, you go to different events and you just see red, green tractors. Here you're going to see blue, you're going to see orange. Of course, on top of the red and green, we've even got a cockshut back there.
Absolutely, and a great mixture of not only smoke, but alcohol tractors, too. So for those who are diesel purists, they'll be happy to see some smoke tonight, and some smokeless variety here as well. So lots to offer here in the light limited super stocks as we get ready for the Crittenden, Kentucky-based Ford Blue Oval machine of Austin Falks.
All right, once again, chasing that 303.60. That is the mark to beat here, 303.60. Well, I'll tell you, it was looking like he was heading downtown there with the Walkin' Tall tractor, and then the sled got him right there. But good run for Austin Falks here tonight. Looks like that'll put him in that number 2 spot here at 298.75. The distance here, 298 and 75.
Maybe just a tick heavy on the front there, but a good strong run for the Walkin' Tall machine coming to us out of Crittenden, Kentucky. So he'll go to the number 2 spot, 298 and 75. Brent Schubert still showing the way on the Plantin tractor out of Seaman, Ohio, 303 and 60. Bumping Brandon Phillips and Little Insane to the number 3 spot, 296 and 55 as we get ready for the Kentucky Gambler, Mr. Kevin Shingleton. Georgetown, Kentucky will be our next puller. On deck will be Don Brock, the Hoosier State runner, the Kirkland, Indiana-based Busted Knuckles. And on hold is the dark horse of Dylan Detweiler out of Shelbyville, Kentucky.
Well, fans, did you have the opportunity to check out the full pull picks? This tractor right here, pretty much even money out there. Well, as this is the favorite tractor right here, the Kentucky Gambler.
So again, we want to thank our friends at Dam Auction, Perfect North Slopes, Schinkel Farms, Gallatin County Tourism, the Big Rig One-Stop Shop, Truck and Trailer Supply, MLC, Nucor, Gallatin Steel, Blake Tax Service, Dennis and Kelly Boaz, Pleasant Valley Outdoor Power, Smuggler's Cove, Sterling Materials, German American Bank, A-Tech Builders, Dry Ridge Detailing and Window Tint, Brad Penn, the green oil offered by Feist Motorsports, Street Art Customs, First National Bank of Kentucky, Gallatin County Farm Bureau, Keith Moore, Kubota Tractor of the Tri-State, KOI in Warsaw, the Sugar Bay Golf Course, Deaton's Market, Northern Kentucky Equipment, Hog Wild, Pig Crazy Barbecue, and Sullivan Roofing and Gutters.
All right, so Kevin Shingleton backed in right now. Lexington, Kentucky, he calls home that John Deere 8130. Very strong running machine. We've seen him on the winter circuit here a couple times, a couple different events, and has done very, very well here with this tractor. Let's see if he can park it in that number 1 spot.
Absolutely. No, Kevin, he'll have 2 shots at it here tonight, one with the green and then a little bit later in the red one, known as Semper Fi. But here we go. Your mark to beat, 3:03.60.
Oh, yeah, going to be challenging for that number 1 spot, working that right side of the track here. Now, he had to go better than 3:03.60 to take the lead.
He does just that. 3:04.85. 3:04.85. We're going to move the leader cone just north of a foot here. 3:04.85. Kevin Shingleton takes it to the top with that Kentucky Gambler.
So that'll bring us up here to Don Brock with his tractor out of the state of Indiana. One lone Hoosier in this class here. The rest we've got from the state of Kentucky, and we've got one Buckeye in this class. But a great mix of the light limited supers here tonight. All right, so Kirkland, Indiana. Tractor making its way to the starting line right now. Don Brock and the Busted Knuckles team. Right now, all chasing that Kentucky Gambler. John Deere sitting 1 and 2 right now. Our light limited super class, 3:04.85. Kevin Shingleton, the Kentucky Gambler, in that number 1 spot. We've got the Plantin tractor. That's Brent Schubert in that number 2 spot at 3:03.60.
So Don Brock coming to us out of the Hoosier State, Kirkland, Indiana. Took some time off. As I understand it, he's been away from the sport for a while and comes back here tonight with this machine known as Busted Knuckles. Mark to beat, 3:04.85. So on deck, we'll be looking for the dark horse, Dylan Detweiler out of Shelbyville, Kentucky. And on hold will be that Owenton, Kentucky-based cockshut known as the Right Choice, Mr. Jeff Wright. He'll be out next. Your leader continues to be Kevin Shingleton. 3:04.85 is the way right now.
So as we take a look down trackside, we see, all these competitors have that option where they put that sled on the starting line, and you can work anywhere you want from the left to the right side. And early on in this class, we've kind of been working that middle part of the track, and it's kind of been taking them off to the right side just a little bit as they make their way down the track. So we'll see if that's going to change up here as we roll along here in our light limited class.
So chain is tight. Tech Service is looking to make sure the track is secure. Green light. Green flag. For the Busted Knuckles. Don Brock, the Kirkland, Indiana-based runner, chasing better than 3:04.85 to take the lead here.
Whoa! And we'll go check down trackside. Our finish line flag lady will check on Don here. Took a little bit of a wild ride. Fans, let's put our hands together for him here tonight. Don Brock, a little bit of a wild ride there. Got her up on one wheel there on the back.
Made some good power. Good pass for the first time out here. Definitely knew what he was doing, getting out of things when she got a little shaky there. We'll mark the distance for you. Don appears to be okay up there in the roll cage, shaking things off. 279.20, 279 and 20, 279 feet, .20 for the Busted Knuckles and Mr. Don Brock.
course, all the vehicles you'll see go down the track have been through a rigorous tech inspection this afternoon, and of course over the scales before they make their way to the weight transfer machine. But you can see right there some of the items that these pullers, safety items, the DOT approved helmets, as well as the multi-layer fire suits, the fireproof gloves, the boots they have on, and of course those seat belts and the roll bars keeping everybody nice and tight in there. And as we can see up on the replay here, just about to that halfway point of the track, and things got to get a little bit squirrely right there. It looked like that left rear tire kind of bit in on him. And at that point, it was hang on.
Well, I don't know if maybe he saw that chalk line coming and tapped the brake a little too hard there and kind of upset the tractor just a little bit, but he did a great job of driving out of it. So 279.20. Your leader continues to be Kevin Shingleton at 304 and 85 with that Kentucky Gambler.
So fans, one more time, let's give a nice round of applause. He makes his way off the track here. Don Brock, a wild ride out there, and take her back to the pit area here. So next up, we'll make our way to Shelbyville, Kentucky. Dylan Detweiler with the Dark Horse will be up next here to challenge the sled here tonight, light limited super stock class.
Well, it's good to see him step up. A former, I think 3.0, 3.6 driver for a while. Now jumps into the tractor called the Dark Horse. It's good to see him here with us tonight out of Shelbyville, Kentucky. On deck will be Jeff Wright, and the right choice out of Owenton, Kentucky. And on hold will be Randy Caldwell against all odds out of Crittenden, Kentucky. So here continues to be Kevin Shingleton, 304 and 85. Brent Schubert in the number 2 position, currently 303.60. Number 3 currently, it looks like Austin Folks, 298 and 75. Brandon Phillips in the number 4 spot, 296 and 55. And number 5 currently, Mr. Don Brock, 279.20. As we get ready for our 6th competitor, halfway through the class here with that Dark Horse out of Shelbyville.
Yeah, good-looking Massey right here is kind of moving that sled over a little bit. We just talked about that, and he's going to move it a little bit more towards the right side here. So the good-looking Massey Ferguson, 77-20. Now let's see what he's got for the Green Boys here tonight. Right now, 304.85 is that high water mark here in this light limited super stock class. All right, track is clear. Here we go.
And right there, knocking on the door for sure.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that Massey's got it, fans. Let's give a nice round of applause. What a great run.
Well, we have a new leader, fans. 305.60 is the Massey Ferguson of Dylan Detweiler. That Dark Horse moving the chains down there. So that's going to bump Kevin Shingleton into the number 2 position at 304 and 85. Brent Schubert will go to the number 3 spot, 303.60.
Now, for those fans that are watching on Facebook and YouTube, we're going to end our free view here, but you can go over to Full Pull Live and subscribe and see all the great action here this weekend and over 160 events here throughout.